There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He's going to pass. Getting some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Makes the catch. It's Jones. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there. He knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to pass, it's Criswell. Coming after him. Complete downfield. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. He's going for a big play downfield. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
1 more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the 1st half. Ready to get things going here in the 2nd half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll bring it back looking for help. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They'll open the 2nd half on the ground. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Back to throw, it's Criswell. Unloads to the wideout. Pass on the way, it's picked off! And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few 1st downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
They've Moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Georgia.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing that get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. To throw, it's Criswell. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Jones. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
A first down for the offense.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. And after 3, we are all tied up.
The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. He looks that one in nicely. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. Off play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Here comes the offense on second down. Right back to it. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Looking to throw, it's Criswell. Pocket starts to collapse. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Trying to get to it. They'll keep the kicker on the sideline, and the offense will try to break the tie with a fourth quarter touchdown on fourth down. He'll set up to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on fourth down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
From the gun, running back on the move. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Leaves it with the back. He stopped again. They went right back to him, and he still found no running room at all. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Didn't find a single crack to run through on the last 2 plays. Let's see if they go up top on 3rd and 10. Handoff from the gun.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Okay, they're already within field goal range, Jesse. Now it's just get the ball to where the kicker wants it.
Exactly. A lot of offenses like to kind of center this. It really comes down to which side the kicker wants to kick the football from. Obviously, David, it goes without saying, ball security.
Yeah, don't get too greedy, but you want to pick up a little bit of extra yards here to make this kick as easy as possible.
They'll leave it with him. He breaks a tackle and just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Ball at the 31, third and short, coming defense trying to rise up. To the air, it's Criswell. Quarterback adapted. He's going to run it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
With the score all time.
We'll get it started here in overtime. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fired in there, but incomplete.
Some days just aren't your day, and he's already made two big mistakes in this ball game with the interceptions, and he almost threw a third. This quarterback's really got to dial in, get focused, get his feet set, and make good deliveries of the football to his wide receivers.
Wants to throw on second down. Got a man, it's Etienne. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on that time, made a really good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back, because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Using the quick game. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up 1st and goal.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw, it's back. Got it! And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Touchdown, Georgia! And they're on top here in overtime.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he made the extra point without problem. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. They'll throw it on first down. He makes the connection. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. To the air on first down. Working that left side now. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The hand to the running back. Touchdown, North Carolina! They got the score now to see if they go for the win.
First off, really impressed by how physical this guy is still running the ball this late in the game. But now it's decision time. You want to play it safe, kick the extra point, or are you feeling aggressive to go for 2 points?
And I think this is all about how you feel about your defense and how you feel about this game extending. Do I have a chance? Do I have better players? Am I more fatigued? Like, all this has to come into account because you got a chance right now with one play to win this football game.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. We play on first down here in the second overtime period. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. They've got the screen set up. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
They're setting up the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
This thing has been back and forth now. First and goal as they try to take the lead in overtime number 2. Dropping back, it's Criswell. They're bringing heat. Quarterback moving. That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to it.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Field is condensed, not a lot of room to work with here on third and goal in overtime. They're going to throw it on third and goal. Feeling some heat. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the third and goal.
They're going for the touchdown here on fourth and goal in overtime. Slams it ahead. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, going up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. Quarterback checking off. Looking to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
to the air. It's Beck. Going for it all. And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one.
That's a throw the quarterback would love to have back. You're obviously down here in the red zone. It's overtime. The windows are going to be small. He just got a bit too aggressive with his decision-making. The defense makes him pay, and now they're giving it back to their offense with a chance to kick a field goal here and win.
And now it's all two-point conversion attempts from here on out. Wide receiver shows motion. They want to throw it. Extending the play. They can't get it done on the two, and now they'll rely on the defense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Now this two-point conversion attempt for the win. Powers forward. They can't convert. That short yardage, condensed area, nobody got the two, and we play on. So here we go again, and we'll see just how deep that two-point conversion bag really is. Scanning the field, it's Criswell. They are stopped on the two-point try, and now it'll be up to the defense. After the stop, now a two-point try to win the game. From the gun. That's it. That's the ball game. The two-point try gets it done. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays in big moments. How about in overtime